One crusader's dream of a world free of domestic violence and rape is one step closer to being realized today. The Senate Foreign Relations Committee has just passed the International Violence Against Women Act. It's a 5-year strategy to reduce violence against women and girls around the globe. I'm joined now by Ritu Sharma, president and co-founder of Women Thrive Worldwide. She has spent the past 3 years on the front lines of the fight to try to get this legislation passed, and it worked. Ritu, thanks for stopping by today. And if you could, give us some context about how large of a problem this is, not only in the United States, but worldwide, violence against women.
Well, I can tell you that it's an even bigger epidemic than HIV/AIDS. 1 in 3 women will suffer an act of violence against her in her lifetime. You know, if you've got 3 friends, you could look at them and say, one of you is going to be a victim of violence at some point. So it is a major public health threat and a huge issue for women around the world.
Around the world, and I want to bring up one example here. That's of here an Iranian woman, Sakina Mohammadi Ashtiani. She was sentenced to stoning. You remember that story. She was allegedly beaten and sold for sex by her husband. This happens very frequently in certain parts of the world.
Unfortunately, it does. I mean, as gruesome and unbelievable as those things are, they are happening, in fact, every single day. And the reason we are so committed to passing the International Violence Against Women Act is because our country really could be a leader to stop these kinds of things from happening.
On that note, Ritu, so this is a multi-year program coming from the United States to reach out all around the world. What are some of the wheels? What are some of the places where the rubber will hit the road to try to mitigate this problem?
Well, what I can tell you is that whenever I travel around the world, one of the things that women say to me is there's nowhere for them to go. There's no services, there's no shelters, the police won't believe them. So what the International Violence Against Women Act does is that it will fund local services and local organizations who know their culture so that they can provide services to women who just simply need to take one step to get out of violence.
Ritu, you have roots to places where this is a problem, not only of human trafficking, not only of labor, forced labor. What is your personal story to this? Because you've been fighting for this legislation for 3 years.
I have been fighting for this issue, I feel like, for my whole life. I myself am a survivor from a very young age, and obviously that gives you a fire in your belly. But also just being an American, I feel like I'm so blessed to be in this country. And as a citizen, this is one thing that I can really do to really help women around the world that they themselves can't do because they have no voice here.
Ritu, we are truly blessed, and you are too. Thank you so much for fighting for this. Again, that passed today. Ritu Sharma, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Still ahead, why you won't be texting your